Hey everyone, it's Mike from Wichita. I've got some thoughts I wanted to share on something that recently happened regarding my fitness journey, and I normally do kind of a recap and of the gym and how the fitness went the day before, and then kind of what the fitness game plan is for today. But this is just a little bit. This is just kind of a topic that has come up that I thought about when I was doing another video. So. And if you'd seen that other video, you would know that I had planned to take a walk for some cardio that day. That was kind of my additional plan. I'd already gone to the gym and everything like that, but it was a nice day and I really wanted to get outside and go for a walk. And that walk did not happen. Well, I mean, obviously you could say, yeah, it didn't happen because you just didn't go for a walk. But I think there's more to that as far as why, I did not actually get out and exercise. Now, my reasoning was that I had to go get my taxes done. As you know, in America, most tax deadlines coming up here in the middle of April. And so I've always waited towards the end of March just to make sure I got all my documents and everything like that to get my taxes done. And it works out good. I've done that for quite a while. I know some people like to file a little earlier, like in January, whenever they first can, and then other people wait till the very last deadline. But I kind of like that sweet spot of middle of March, a little bit after March, and just always done it that way. And so I had to prepare for my tax appointment. I had to make sure I had all my documents and everything like that. Now, the reality is that only took about, I don't know, 20 minutes to get my documents all gathered up and everything like that. It wasn't like it was a major, event that was going to require all day to try to track stuff down and everything like that. Maybe 30 minutes. Um, the tax appointment itself, obviously, that takes a little bit of time, but it wasn't until later in the evening. And so somehow the fact that I had this pre-arranged appointment just derailed everything. I just was like, oh, okay, I got to do that. So, well, clearly don't have time to go on a walk or any type of cardio. And I find this fascinating because, as you get older, I see this happening more and more where if you have something, pre-planned, a planned meeting or just something later in the day, or even maybe, the event was in the morning or your meeting was in the morning and stuff, and then you're just done for the day, which is just wild if you think about it. Because if you remember, being a kid, you would come home from school, maybe grab a snack. You may have to do your homework first, depending on your household. You may not have any homework. And then you would just go outside and play, run around, bike, stuff like that. I guess, future generations, you'd probably just get on the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever it is, the gaming console. But regardless, just because you went to school that day, you came home, maybe had sports practice, something like that, you still just did what you wanted to do. It wasn't like, well, I can't play Xbox tonight or I can't go ride my bike because I've got sports practice. It was you went to sports practice, you ate dinner, your homework, whatever it was, and then with that free time, you got your exercise in or you did whatever you wanted to do. And you get older and it just, I don't know, it doesn't work that way anymore, at least, with what I've experienced. Something's there. Oh, yeah, that's it. I'm done. And I think to see, real results when it comes to fitness, you've got to really work, focus something to overcome those objections because they're everywhere. They're every day. Obviously as an adult, you have a lot more coming at you. You got jobs and kids and they've got sports, or maybe you got sports. I don't know. But you've got to really focus on, I guess, what's important and maybe even go back to that mindset as a kid of just like, hey, I've just got to do this. And I know several times it derails me whenever I, say, oh, I got an appointment or something. And so, yeah, we can't, we don't got time to go to the gym today, which we do. We got plenty of time. We had the same 24 hours that we had the day before. We're just, using them a little different. But One thing that has helped me when I've skipped a cardio or some type of exercise or just something like that is I'm not going to beat myself up for not going on a walk. I'm not going to dwell on it. If you kind of look at the basics of it, physically missing that walk probably not going to do a whole lot for me. Burn, maybe a couple hundred calories or what have you. So in the big picture of things, like, yeah, it not going to change my physique or anything like that. Now, mentally, yeah, it's probably not the best because, if I would have gone on the walk, I would have started kind of building towards that habit and the habit forming in general. But we didn't. We didn't do it. And so there's no reason to get down on yourself. Basically, just, okay, move on. And let's come up with a way that next time, whenever we have something pre-scheduled or something coming up, that we don't let that get in the way and just block everything out for the rest of the day. I'm kind of curious as far as if anybody else has had this problem or thought about it. And if you do kind of have this problem, how do you overcome it? What are your thoughts to get past this obstacle? I'm really curious to hear because I see it happening more and more. And I know other people my age that kind of have the same situation. A lot of it is obviously work. That's always the big, obstacle or block or something like that. Oh, I got to go to work. And then, you're at the grind for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, whatever it may be, and the last thing you want to do is go get exercise. But it's just wild because as a kid, you'd be at school like 8 hours and man, you could have been there 14 hours, but you were still going to go out and get exercise or do what you wanted to do. And so maybe that's just it. Maybe, the cardio isn't what you want to do or the walk isn't what you want to do, but you got to do it. I don't know. But hey, I apologize for rambling along here. It just kind of was in my thought process in my head here of just what do you do? Why does this happen as we grow older? And is there anything we can really do about it? All right, if you're off to work out today, have a great lift. If you're out to do cardio, have a great cardio. If it's your rest day, have a great rest day. And look forward to your feedback. I really do. And we'll see you on down the road.